Why did that happen? Data. The rise of data in the golfing world has really helped us as players and coaches understand what's really going on in the golf swing. Launch monitors, simulators, they all do this, and they're now a staple of the professional game. Nearly every single professional golfer uses one of these launch monitors on the range. Should we, as amateur golfers, be doing the same? Now, there is one big caveat here. It's really, really expensive. Trackman, Foresight, the GC quads, they're all around £20,000 or so. You either buy one of those or you buy a car. Which one are you going to choose? So, let's talk about Full Swing. The Full Swing Kit launch monitor is fully endorsed and used by Tiger Woods, and it comes in at £5,000. Yes, still very expensive, but about a quarter of the price to the Trackmans and the GC quads. It comes with advanced radar technology and also has a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it. If you haven't been watching any of my videos for the last few weeks and months, I've been using this for our comparisons and our reviews. And I tell you what, it's a really interesting piece of kit. I've been really impressed by a few really key points within this launch monitor. The advanced radar technology means you can get 16 points of data, and these can be accessed in the Full Swing app. It's not just on your iPhone, on an iPad, and you can also get it on your AirPods as well. Technology. The app I'll get onto in a second, but the actual launch monitor itself, its ease of use, is something that is actually quite remarkable. £5,000 is still a lot of money. Trust me, it's a lot of money. For a lot of launch monitors, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes to set up. With the Full Swing, indoors or outdoors, it really is just flop it down, get it set up, get it to 3 meters or 10 foot behind the golf ball, and then you can go. With indoors, they do like for it to be 8 foot of ball travel ahead of it, which isn't too bad, but that's something to consider. Some people say that 10 foot, 3 meters is a little bit too much, a little bit uncomfortable for some small rooms. This isn't necessarily a thing you should stand by, but I have tried it in smaller yardages, maybe 2 meters or so. It still gives accurate readings, but I would still recommend that 10 foot as a staple. By having a very compact, quite small launch monitor that you can fit in your golf bag, it means that this is really multifunctional. You can see here, I'm filming today on Mannings Heath Golf and Wine Estate. I'm actually filming on the course rather than the range because, as I've done in previous videos, I can just take it out and put it on every hole and just get some readings when I'm playing a round of golf, which really is fascinating. On the range, they don't have ball normalization yet, which is why I am here as well. So that is coming, I've heard. But if you are using, let's say, some one-piece golf balls, expect to get some slightly less in numbers. Now, the app, which I've got on my phone and you can have on your Apple Watch, on your iPad, it really is incredible. It provides 16 points of data, which I've already said, but kind of similar to the actual product, the ease of use for this application is very simple. All you need to do is just set it up, which is very easy, connect to your launch monitor, press go, it asks you if you're doing indoor, outdoor, all the basic stuff, and there you go, it's ready. Of course, if you don't want to use the app, which I've done a few times, the launch monitor itself gives up to 4 readings on its little device. And you can customize these in the app itself, so you could have carry, ball speed, club head speed, there is 16 things to choose from. Let's just hit a shot now, and I'll show you guys the numbers that I can get with a 5-iron. That's gonna have to have gone miles, right? Yeah, okay, so we've got some really good numbers there, which I'll show you guys right now. I absolutely leathered that, and it's got 226 yards of carry with 240 yards total. I think that's pretty accurate. These are amped up lofts before all you guys get at me in the comments. But just as a generic statement on this one shot, you can see with these numbers are extremely accurate. By using this and comparing it with other things that I've used in the past, such as Trackman, and also the actual simulator by Full Swing that I've used at Silvermere Golf Club, it's extremely similar. If anything, they are sometimes a little bit generous. I've noticed that across the board with Full Swing as a whole, about 1 to 2 mile an hour ball speed increase in comparison to something like Trackman, but that's pretty normal because if you look at Foresight, that's quite similar as well. So we can see we've got 16 points of data for that shot, but that's not all because consistently hitting a lot of shots on a range session, what you'll see here is dispersion. And now where that launch monitor is lined up here, you can see how far left and right it is. With that 5-iron there, you can see it's gone about 5 or 10 yards to the left of the actual target line of the Full Swing kit. If you're consistently hitting, let's say 15, 20, 50 shots, you can then go to this dispersion and have a look at it. But once again, that's not all, because when you go over to all shots, you can see I've got my 5-iron here. Clicking on it, there is a camera that is in the device. And what it does is it films your swing and it gives you footage of every single swing. So if we quickly look at this one here, you can see it gives me all the data as well, but it gives me my swing. That's at 0.5 speed, so it's going 50% of normal speed. I can get that down to 0.1 if I want to. tenth of the speed, 240 frames per second. If you wanted to, you could then send this to someone. You could then put it on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want. A really nice feature. Because the launch monitor is down at the ground there, you do get quite a low camera angle, which is slightly different to other things that you record. Some people would like it a little bit higher up, but that would mean with full swing, you would want a 6 foot tall launch monitor. Not really ideal. Now, if I wanted to change to another club, very simple. All I do is go back to the initial home screen on the Full Swing app, go to the bottom left, and you can select a different club. This is really important for certain range sessions, for gapping sessions, because then you can really fine tune your yardages and just see how your swing is developing from, let's say, a 56-degree wedge to a driver. A very different flight, and what you should see with the numbers there, yes, it clattered into the trees, is some very accurate numbers with 199 yards of carry, 202 total, and about 5,600 spin. There are a few things that I've noticed with this actual Full Swing launch monitor though, for me personally, that I thought I'd mention. When you are out in, well, the middle of nowhere here in Manning's Heath Golf and Wine Estate, the signal for your phone isn't particularly optimal. I've got 1 or 2 bars of 3G. The Full Swing does sometimes struggle with connecting that to your phone. So for this instance here, with that shot, you've seen I haven't put any data up on the phone because I didn't actually get any. It didn't connect from the Full Swing to my phone. It's got them there on the actual launch monitor itself, but it does struggle a little bit when you don't have full bars of data. So something to keep in mind. For me here at Manning's Heath, it means that I do have to pick certain holes to use if I want to get them on my phone, because if I've got no signal or 1 bar of 3G, it will provide a bit of difficulty for the Full Swing. Although I think this launch monitor is really good, perhaps one of the best I've used in the last few years, you can see there are some little improvements to be made. But what Full Swing are really good at is that they're always improving. From firmware updates week after week, month after month, there's been some massive strides that have been made with the Full Swing kit over the last year or so. The biggest one is probably in spin rate. When it first got introduced, the spin rate numbers weren't as accurate as things like Foresight and Trackman. Full Swing were aware of that and made some changes, and now it's just as accurate. So if you purchase the Full Swing kits with a 1.17 firmware, what it is right now, you can still expect improvements to be made year after year, which I think is quite exciting, because what else can they bring to a launch monitor like this? That wasn't very good. Realistically, it wasn't the worst in the world. A 1.36 smash, 190 yard carry, and 199 yard total shows that I didn't hit it quite as well as the last one. But then looking down at these numbers for what is now a 7-iron, it has picked it up now. You can see some pretty similar numbers to my 5-iron there in terms of the consistency, and some very accurate numbers when you were to increase the loft from a 5 to a 7-iron. But when we're going to dispersion of this new session now, you can see it went very straight to my actual target line, and I can also go back to the 7-iron, similar to the 5-iron before, and look at my lovely swing there. Oh, maybe not so lovely. The Full Swing kit at £5,000 is still expensive for a product itself, but when you're comparing it to the premium launch monitors in 2022, it actually is a good price. There are some key pillars to launch monitors that factor in when purchasing a product. Performance, accuracy, ease of use, durability are all really important. In all honesty though, I do think the Full Swing is the easiest using launch monitor in 2022, and that's even factoring the ones that are cheaper like the Garmin R10 and the SkyTrack. You can even look at the SkyTrack as a bit of a competitor to this one, also the Bushnell as well, and the cheaper GC3 by Foresight. I think this is actually far more accurate than any of the ones that I've mentioned there. The product that I'm holding in my hand is not finished. The firmware that they introduce, almost like iPhones and phones themselves, when they introduce a new software update, it makes it better, it makes it more up to date, and I know Full Swing are working upon that day after day. I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts of this Full Swing kit. As endorsed by Tiger Woods, you would think it has to be quite a superior product, and I do tend to agree with that statement. As always guys, I hope you're well, I hope you're improving at golf, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, leave a like down below, and if you are new to GolfMagic, smash that subscribe button as well. You're going to be seeing me and the launch monitor a lot more coming in the next few months, so make sure you smash that subscribe button to keep up to date. That's it from me today guys, I'll see you in the next video.